Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. Welcome back to Saw Revisited, and we're on Spiral from the Book of Saw, the spin-off quote to this entire franchise. Yeah. So, initially, they were going to move forward with the sequel to Saw. Josh Stolberg and the other guy were already writing it when they were told by the producers, hey, put that on hold, because Chris Rock, he has an idea for a Saw movie. So, yeah, this is what we got. Chris Rock told him, hey, make a movie or write a script and I'll do the funny parts. So, don't write any jokes for me, I'll do it. So, yeah. And initially, I was into this. I'm like, yeah, more police focused. And this is probably the most police focused film of the franchise. A lot of the films have police focus, but this is from the police point of view. We don't jump away to the point of view of Jigsaw or a killer or something. No, not really. We do jump away to the Saw traps, which are a little lackluster in this, but that's to be expected given the twist and everything, right? Because you got to think, well, John Kramer was the freaking engineer. This person is not, so you already got to think they're not going to be to the high level that Kramer's traps, Jigsaw's traps were. So, yeah, the resulting film is okay. I mean, it's better than some of the worst in here. I would say it's better than 3D and 5, maybe even Jigsaw. But some of the better efforts in this might even be better than 3. I don't know. I like the police focus. I would like, if, since Blumhouse has the rights now, I want them to do a series. I know a lot of TV series are being done, but I want a TV series reboot. And I want it to be a police procedural where the cops are trying to track down a Jigsaw killer. Right? And the fight. Each episode is an hour long, contains one trap. And the cops are trying to figure out where these are. And the cops will be targeted at some point, too. Right? The main characters will be Detective Matthews, Detective Carey, Rig is in there, all that. Right? You're saying. I don't know why people would be actually on board with that, but I'd be interested in something like that. Police procedural TV series. Hell, make it a continuation TV series. Picking up from where they left off at Saw 3D, taking place in 2011, 2010, and just go straight forward, continuing the story in a television series version, the television series fashion. That'll get away from the problem of Tobin Bell's getting too old, because you won't need him really. You already had all of his flashbacks. We don't have anything else. So, yeah. But anyway, so Spiral from the Book of Saw. It starts off with Detective Bull, and I call him that because he is Bull from American Pie Presents The Naked Mile and Beta House. Beta, baby! Yeah, Daniel Petronovic, Canadian actor, and he plays Detective Boswick. There's a name. He's at some kind of party at night where he has to follow someone, and he's lured into a trap where he's hanging in a train tunnel, not a real train tunnel, by the way, and he's hanging from his tongue, which wouldn't work. I know they said they had to make sure everything would work, but if you're on I'm assuming there's some other support hanging him up, but there has to be. But the whole thing is it has to, because he has loose lips. So it's going to rip his tongue out before the train comes, but it doesn't. He doesn't follow it. So another thing people are going to complain about is the voice. Hello, Detective. Hello, Detective Bostwick. Bostwick. It's a computer-generated voice. And a lot of people had a problem with that. But if you think about it, given the twist and who the killer is, I'm spoiling it now. You know it's Shank. If you've seen this movie. Given that twist, I think this works because, again, Shank ain't no computer genius. He's gonna go for the easiest thing, the cheapest thing to do, and it's that. That's why it's not all jigsawed out. He doesn't have that technology. You know? This is a revenge mission, much like with Logan. But Logan knows computers, I guess, more than Shank. And Logan knew a lot more about computers than Shank. More than he should. For a mortician. But anyway, yeah. We find out our main character is Detective Zeke Banks. Now, I'm going to have to paraphrase his joke because I'm not allowed to say a certain word in it. But he talks about Forrest Gump, how he's one of the nicest guys. His best friend was a black man and a guy with no legs. I can't say the word for black man because I'm not allowed to. I never would. But I do like the joke, and it's funnier when he says it. The way he was it. And a guy with no legs. Just how he says it. And yes, he's trying too hard. He's undercover here. He's undercover as a gang member. And it goes a little bit south. But yeah, we found out the precinct doesn't really like him because of something that happened in the past. Gets a new partner, Shank. And on a rewatch, I just had to make it a little bit obvious when he says, "Oh, your dad's the whole reason why I'm here. It's why I want to do this in the first place." Once you know the twist, it's like, okay. Okay, sure. But also the obvious part is later, because we see all the traps that everyone, all the corrupt cops are in. And not only is his different when Shank is supposedly dead because they show someone carving off the skin, but also he's the only one murdered, put in a trap, whatever. That's not a corrupt cop. He just started in the precinct. So that didn't make any sense anyway, even if you didn't know the twist. So, but yeah, and throughout the film we find out the truth. There was an incident where his partner, basically Zeke is the only good cop in a precinct full of corrupt cops. And I guess you can put Shank in there too, although Shank isn't as good as he seems, as we know. But I don't know. Also, his name's William, and that's the second William in this franchise that's not a good person. What does that say to me? Because that's my son's name is William. So come on now. I swear to God, we get Saw 11 or whatever it's called, and there's a villain or a bad guy named William, a drug dealer or some shit. This is Willie. He gives me the crack. I don't know. Why am I doing the Chris Rock voice? There's a Willie. He gives me the crack. No, I don't know. So yeah, he had a partner, and the partner, they go to this guy's door, and because it's someone is a witness or another cop, and it's a witness who's testifying against the guy because he saw him do a corrupt cop thing. He saw him shoot someone, so he's going to testify. So he shoots the guy and claims the guy had a gun on him. Zeke figures out that it's bullshit and turns him in, which turns everyone else in the precinct against him because they're corrupt cops. And most of his ranting in this is 100% right, the way he's ranting about these people. And his boss just like, would you shut up? Blah, 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 just like wants to ignore it. She's also sort of corrupt. Right? We also find out that Zeke's father's not 100% clean either. Samuel L. Jackson in this. I do like he used to say his word. You want to play games, motherfucker? Let's play. I like that. Later, but like, yeah, like he was covering up the corrupt stuff, so he's not 100% clean himself. Zeke is the only clean cop, allowed to be only clean cop in this clean cop. Let's do another trap, shall we? This trap guy has his finger stuck in the thing. This was severely edited because the MPAA said no. So it's very edited. It's very weird. Essentially, he's got to bite down on this thing to release his fingers so that he can live. But then later, Zeke finds the finger, is sent the fingers, and the guy's still dead. So what? Did he not finish the task and they cut his fingers off anyway? Or is it the situation like with Hoffman where these traps are unwinnable, period? And also, you could also say that it's an accident that they're not working because, again, Shank is not a engineer like Kramer was. So you might not even know if these things are going to work. And they're all ghetto kind of ones anyway. But, yeah. So, and that was Fitch, I think. I think that was Fitch. And Fitch was the one, we get a flashback there, that he was, Banks, several years ago, was in a situation where he was pinned down and needed backup. Kept calling for backup, nobody gave it because Fitch was ignoring it, and everyone else ignored it, and the captain laid into him afterwards because Zeke got shot. And so since Fitch is now dead, they are suspecting Zeke. But Zeke also talked to his former partner, Pete, the one who shot the other guy when he when he turned in. While he's not the nicest guy, he does seem like he regrets doing it because, as he states, the guy had a kid, the guy had a family. So, yeah. But so where do we go from here? Here's another trap. Captain Garcia is lured into the evidence locker. Well, here's the locker. It's the evidence locker. No, it wasn't Special Salon. That was supposed to be from Grease Soup. The evidence locker. And her trap is fucking stupid. So she has to sever her spinal cord before she's covered in hot wax or something with hot oil. Whatever it is. What? They gave up. I don't get this one. And this one doesn't make you think they gave up. I understand that Shank is not the master engineer, but this is fucking stupid. You have to sever your spinal cord before the hot wax melts on your face, or whatever it is. Just like, what? And it's not like it's on her face. There's a towel on top of it, but when Zeke goes to try to save her, it still burns through her face. I don't know. I talked about Shank's supposed death, but at this point, Zeke has lost it. He's freaking out. But he's trying to find his father, and then he gets pigged. Oh, pigged. As Demi said. And he wakes up in the warehouse. Welcome to my warehouse. And this is where the movie loses me. Because again, this trap is stupid. So, the trap, I don't even know how he's supposed to get out of it. Zeke is supposed to do something to stop it. Because at certain intervals, random glass will just start being flung towards Pete. And Zeke has to find a way to stop it. But he channels his inner slow-ass motherfucking Jeff and is not able to do it. I don't even know what he's supposed to do with this trap. I couldn't even tell you. After whatever the fuck that was, then he goes into the next room, and Shanks is like, "Oh, hey, it's me. I did it. Hi." No big reveal, just he's there. "Oh, hey, hi, how's it going? Hi, 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 hi." Really? They couldn't even. Really? They couldn't even be bothered to put any kind of effort into this reveal. She just opens the door, he walks in, and Shanks is right there. "Oh, hi, hey, how you doing? Cookie?" It doesn't say all that, but it's basically, "Oh, hey, how you doing? How's it going?" Yeah. So he's got Samuel Jackson, Zeke's dad, strung up. And he says, "Hey, what you gotta do? What you gotta do? Get yourself a free range of chicken. I don't care how you get it. Get it, hunt down with a knife. No. What you gotta do? All you gotta do is shoot the target. Shoot the target, you can shoot me, but if you shoot me, he's gonna die." Really? So what if he shoots you, then shoots the target? Is there only one bullet? Is there only one bullet? There's still ways. Shoot the target, grab you, break your neck. Or break your neck, shoot the target. Whichever way. Or shoot you and throw your dead ass into the target. Either way, I don't know if that last one will work, but I'm just saying. So, of course, Zeke shoots the target. And then Samuel Jackson goes falling down. And then Shank reveals, "Oh, hey, by the way, I called the cops pretending to be a victim, saying I saw someone with a gun. And so as the police break in, Shank sneaks away, or the police break in, Zeke tackles Shank, fighting him, while the cops break in, hitting a tripwire, causing Samuel Jackson to fly back up, releasing a shotgun from one of his arms. They think he's the guy with the gun, and they shoot the fuck out of him. Wasn't there a lesson from the fourth one about making sure everything is checked out before you go busting in through a door? These cops didn't learn that lesson either. Because yeah. And Shank gets away. Smile. Movie ends. But, I don't know if I said this in my first review, but realistically, Zeke's going to go, "It was Shank. He's not dead. He's the one behind this. And we need to get downstairs and track that motherfucker right now." Simple. I'm sure he's going to get away, but he'll be the most wanted man in all of Cityville. Or whatever it's called. I'm just saying. Yeah, the last act really goes downhill. And really, while I said I don't like the whole Captain Garza kill with the trap with the thing, I'm fine with it. But after he gets pegged, the whites up in the warehouse, everything from there on is just kind of stupid. The trap that Pete is in is stupid, right? The reveal that it's Shank, it's like they knew we were gonna figure it out. So they're like, they're gonna figure it out by then anyway. Why make a big deal about it? Hey, and the whole twist with the tripwire, and I don't know why you needed to. What was the point of Zeke shooting the target if the tripwires are going to throw him back up again? What was the point of Zeke doing the test? John Kramer's tests, as visceral as they were meant for something. They were meant to teach. It feels like after the original 7 films, they just forgot. And I guess they kind of went the way. But think about it. Even in Saw 3D, they were still preaching John's ways. Of, he saved me. He did that to me. Even if that woman was paid off. Who knows? But it seems like after that, they just went, no, this guy's a killer. And this guy's a killer. The next one, Saw X, is the only one to go back to that. But even then, what is John's motivation? To get revenge on the people who wronged him. But he's still trying to teach them a lesson. I don't know. It feels like they're still trying to have him teach his ways, but also going with that later stigmata, that later idea of just revenge. What are you gonna do? We'll talk about Saw X again. I know that's a very recent one, coming out only last year or 2 years ago, whatever it was. But 2023. But I'm redoing all of these, so yeah. When it comes to this film, I'll give it a middle of the road. I didn't think it was that bad. I remember what I get the last time, but it's a middle of the road for me. I don't think it's that bad, but the third act is really when it kind of goes downhill for me, which I was like, this is fucking stupid. They just all just like they gave up. Is what it feels like. But anyway, what are your thoughts on Spiral from the Book of Saw? In the comments, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.